But when you went up slow, did you notice how long it took her to get him up? Like 20 steps. As we progress, I expect to put my legs on and have my horse immediately respond going forward, but still not explode. Have you ever driven a car and you mashed on the accelerator and the car finally goes? That's what these horses do. And then they kick in and explode. I want to be able to mash on the accelerator slowly and have the car go, I want response. I just don't want a takeoff. You understand? So as he learns your aids and gets more impulsion, he will become far more responsive. See, right now, the go forward aids, he's vague on them. All right, let's bring this horse. That's good. Leg her up the slow gait. The slowest she can do.
Leg her up the slow gait. You mean a different gait than okay.
All right, and back to walk. All right. I hate to ask him coming down the hill to go up in gait. Alright, leg her up to the slowest gait she can do. Alright, and that's an explosion. Alright, back to walk. Yes, halt. So, I want to get rid of the explosion. But on Rose's horse and this horse, and probably all the horses, when you all go to walk, your horses lose their posture. They crash. They fall on their forehand. So now they're not in a posture to go back up. That's one reason they explode when they go back up. Because they're in such a bad posture to go up, they have to have a little explosion to lift off.
Okay, quick question. But so I can't get her in it today, but her really fast walk, still when I have a great path around my place, it's a perfect footing to practice. And we practice that really fast walk, and I try getting a little bit more, and it goes into a trot instead of a gait.
Is she walking on the forehand or the hind end?
I don't know.
That's what we're going to learn.
Okay.
If she's on the forehand, she's going to trot.
Her head's bouncing up and down good. Does that mean anything?
Her what?
Her head, when she's walking that really fast, she's going around with
means she's stiff. A horse should have a head movement like this, side to side, soft. If it becomes like this, that means your horse is stiff in his back. Now the people you bought them from are going to tell you they have to have head nod to gait. How many of y'all ever heard people say if they're not nodding, they're not gaiting?
Yeah.
You come to my house, I'll ride 10 horses for you that have no head nod, and I can carry a cup of coffee and ride them.
Even Tennessee walkers?
Yeah.
Wow.
When you teach, if you canter a dressage horse, his head's like this, isn't it? But if you train him for 8 years and you get a collected canter, his head's like this. When you start taking weight back on the hind end and supple the hind end joints in the back, head movement goes away a lot. Not 100%, because they have to do that. But the head movement should be more side to side and not this way. If the head nod is this way, is the horse inverting his back every stride? Following his back every stride. But if he's doing this, he's always kind of going forward. You understand? That's what we want. The more you get a horse supple through his body and take weight back, the head nod goes away. The more stiff the horse is in the hind end and the hind end joints are stifling the hock in the back, the more head nod there is. Why? Because the head and neck is balance, his balance system. So if he's very stiff in his joints, he can't balance himself. So he has to do his head for balance, you understand? The more you take the balance backwards to the hind end, the less he has to use his head and neck. So a dressage horse at canters, or even their collected walk, even a dressage horse, a trotting horse, his head's going to do this at walk. But as you collect him and take his weight back, there's almost no head movement. Because he doesn't have to balance himself anymore with his head and neck, you understand? I get hung, and this is blasphemy. The Tennessee walking trainers, they want to hang me for saying these things. But I mean, this is just a biomechanical fact. To me, the more head nod you have, the younger your horse is in his training, or the worse your training is, one or the other.